Good afternoon, class. Today we're going to do a demonstration on chemical and physical changes today. We've been talking about these two things for the last week or so. And today we're going to do an activity and several demonstrations to really learn about these things. So, before we get started with our demonstrations and our exciting activity, let's review a couple of these concepts first that we talked about yesterday. So, today we're going to start off with what are physical properties, what are chemical changes. We're going to do a demonstration, and then we're going to do our s'mores activity, and at the end of class, you guys are going to walk out and do an exercise. So, our learning goals today are for you to be able to explain what a physical property is and what a chemical property is. Second thing, to identify signs of chemical and physical changes. And the third thing, you guys will be able to demonstrate and see how you use these things in your home. Okay? So we're going to use all the stuff we find in our homes to really show you guys that science happens all around you. So let's start. Let's start over here. So I'm going to call on a couple people to tell me what a physical change is. So let's start with one student. Thomas, what is a physical change? Please remind us what a physical change is.
To break things doesn't change the chemical behavior.
Okay, so doesn't change. Can you say it one more time, please?
It doesn't change the chemical property of things.
Okay, doesn't change the chemical property of the thing. Okay, let me say item. Let's try to add one more thing. Becky, why don't you add one more thing to what a physical change is? If you had to explain to someone what a physical change is.
It will change state but never change the compound compositions.
Okay, so stays, chemical composition. I'll just leave it like that. All right, let's talk about chemical changes. Since this is a chemistry lesson, let's go with Monica. Monica, what is a chemical change in your own words?
When nothing is changed and cannot turn back to normal space.
Okay, great. So, let me use a different color. So, original thing changes and cannot change back. Okay. So, in our Bill Nye the Science Guide video and in our notes, we talked about 4 signs of chemical changes. So, let's review those really quick. Andy, give me one sign of a chemical change.
It occurs when substances get energy.
Okay. Gives off energy. Let's go with Elias. Give me one more sign.
Change of color.
Okay, change of color. Let's go with Bonnie. One more sign.
When it produces gases.
Okay, makes gas. Produce gas. And let's do one more sign. Let's do Emily. Talk with the neighbor and find out and come, let me know in a minute. We'll continue on to the next thing. Okay, so let's talk about chemical and physical properties really quick. Let's do, okay, go ahead.
Changes of temperature.
Okay, changes in temperature. Okay, great. Alright, so let's talk about physical properties. Let's do a few of you. Bradley, give me one example of physical property. Okay, harmony. Riley, why not? Give me another one. Color. Okay. What about you, Rita?
Density.
Density. Great. All right, let's talk about chemical properties really fast. Let's go with Katrina. Give me one or two chemical properties you talked about.
Flammability.
Okay, flammability. Okay, and we'll keep it at this for today. We won't go any more further than this. We'll save this for next week. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now, or actually what you guys are going to do right now, is we're going to do a couple demonstrations. So let's call on a couple people. Let's go with Bonnie. Bonnie, please come up. Please bring your goggles. And, oh, there's two. That's right, two Bonnie. Let's do Bonnie and Bonnie. Both Bonnies come up here, please. Please bring your goggles. Let's go to the front. Come here. You bring your goggles. Okay. Safety first. So what I want you two to do is we have this graphic organizer. We're going to do several demonstrations. We're going to identify whether it's a physical change or a chemical change. So in my hand, I have clay. Bonnie has clay. Bonnie has clay. So please come here, Bonnie. So, Bonnie and Bonnie, what I'd like for you to do right now, turn around so the class can see. Let's make 3 balls with the clay. Okay? So I want you to ask the class, is this an example of a physical or chemical change? So we have, hold up your ball. Okay, so we have 3 colored balls. We have a white, green, and red. Let's make it a flat, gooey, flat one. So is this an example of a chemical or physical change now?
Physical.
Physical change. What if we go like this? Follow me.
Physical.
And then what if we put all of our clay together?
Still physical.
Why is it physical?
Because you can still feed its characteristics.
Okay, and what characteristics might that be? Color, what else?
Texture.
Texture and?
Size.
Okay, cool. Okay, why don't you hold on to that? Have a new friend. Okay, let me get it. Thank you, ladies. Let me do this one. Okay, who knows how to cook eggs? Okay, come on up here, Jordan. Oh, any t-shirt, why not? Okay, take an egg. Take an egg.
Turn around.
Turn around. Turn around. Let's see. All right, so tell the class, what do you have in your hand?
Egg.
Okay, describe the egg. Describe some of these physical properties.
This is white and very dirty, and it's oval and it's pink word. It's ugly.
Okay, Jordan, what about you?
Inside the liquid.
Okay, it has a liquid. So, just one of the eggs, let's crack one of the eggs and let's put it in here.
Crack it. Can you
Yeah, let's put it in the bag and you crack it. Great. Get some of that goo. Alright, hold it out so everyone can see. Alright. So, actually, hold on, let's backtrack. So, we talked about clay as a physical change. So, the egg, when we crack the egg open to get the yolk out, does this be an example of a chemical or physical change?
Physical.
Or both? Okay, physical, why?
Because you didn't change the chemical equation.
Okay, anybody else want to add anything to that?
You just change the order.
You just change the order, what do you mean?
At first, it's the eggshell outside and the egg inside. But now it's all mixed together.
Okay, that's all mixed together.
Chemical change.
But, could we put the egg back together though?
Yeah.
So would this be an
Yes.
example of maybe just a physical change or a chemical change or maybe both?
Both?
I think it's both.
Maybe half-half. Why maybe half-half?
Because you
Can't
couldn't.
put it back together.
Okay, what if you try really hard? Oh,
But you can stick the eggshell together.
Okay, great.
It would take 1,000 years, but you can do it.
Okay, so let's say, and what if you leave the egg outside and just leave it here in the classroom? What will happen to the egg?
Smell
It'll rot and go bad. Okay, great. So we'll say, go ahead and say it's a both. You crack the egg, change the shape of the egg, and then chemical change because you leave the egg out, it's going to get stinky, rotten. Okay, is it leaking? Okay, give me that.
It was also like hand.
No.
Sure. Take one of these and just shut it. Okay, so you have our other egg. Carry it, Jordan, you can do it. Put the egg in here. Don't break it. No, just nice and easy. Okay, so it's going to take a minute. So Jordan, please tell the class, have you ever made one of these before?
Yes.
Okay, well how does it taste?
No.
Yummy? Okay, so if you leave the egg in the hot water for a few minutes, what happens to the egg on the inside?
You will change to solid.
Okay, so it changed to a solid, great. So, we changed the liquid inside to a solid inside as well. Would this be example of a physical or chemical change? And why?
It's physical.
Okay, why do you think that?
Because the egg inside liquid become the solid body. The solid is being in many energy and the energy cannot take out.
Okay, so what if you take the egg out?
It will big egg size.
Okay, so what if you ate the egg? If you crack the egg, eat the egg, then what? Chemical or physical?
Chemical.
Okay, great. So would you say maybe cooking the egg would be just physical, just chemical, or maybe both?
I think it's chemical.
Okay. Everyone else agree?
Yeah.
Okay, I agree too. Cooking egg. Okay, who in here loves, thank you Jordan, you can take a seat. Who in here loves bananas? Okay, let's go, let's get Bradley, Elias, and Cosmo to come up. Today's your lucky. Yeah, bring the goggles, the science class. Take a banana. Take a banana. Take a banana. Digest it. Alright guys, describe some of these, turn around so the class can see you. Describe some of these physical properties to the banana.
It is yellow.
Okay, what
and
else?
some green and
What
some
else?
black.
Green, yellow, black.
Okay, so,
It is curved.
okay, it's curved. What else?
It's white. Long.
It's white. Okay. Okay, let's just see what happens. Let's peel the banana. Let's talk about it.
Eat it.
Yeah, you can break it. It's okay. Whoa, too strong. They're a little
much.
fresh. Okay, hold your pieces up to the front. Okay. Just try.
And you do it.
Whoa. Okay, you feel it. Okay, great. So let's talk about peeling the banana. Banana, physical or chemical change?
Physical.
Okay, why?
Because it didn't change anything.
Yes.
Any
Everywhere the
chemical
chemical
change.
Okay, why don't you guys take a bite of that banana?
Eat it.
Okay, so chewing the banana, just chewing the banana, physical or chemical change? Why?
It's still banana.
Show the class you're still banana, Elias. Just,
Yeah!
it looks like a banana too. Look, Bradley, take a bite. Show the class you're still banana. Okay, so what about after you swallow the banana and it's in your stomach?
You digest it and it's a chemical.
Okay, great.
It will turn into your
It will turn into what?
nutrition.
Turn into nutrition, right?
It will turn into something that makes you
Well, maybe not necessarily. Okay, great. So take a seat. Thank you guys. Hey, thank you for everyone. So in a minute, we're going to get started with the s'mores activity. I'll explain how to do everything and how to be careful. So here we are, roasting marshmallows, making s'mores.
What is more?
S'mores,
Yeah.
be careful.
Oh, black marshmallow.
So let's go ahead and describe some of these physical changes that we've seen. Any physical changes we've seen?
Yeah.
Such as?
Became black.
No,
No, this. Not this. Only this. Oh my god.
You sure it's not a chemical change?
That's a
Only here. This only.
That's a chemical. You break crackers.
What if you break the crackers?
Physical.
Of course.
Okay, why?
And break the chocolate.
Because
Break the chocolate?
Eat the. Chew the marshmallow.
Pink seeds.
I don't know, it's pink. Maybe it's the candle.
Candle's pink.
Maybe I wouldn't eat that one. Or just take that part off.
Don't give me.
Okay.
Okay, you want your stomach?
Next question. Oh, it's okay. I'm gonna come over here to this side. Okay, so what are the chemical changes here?
Black stuff on that.
Black stuff, what else?
You digest it.
You digest it?
Teacher,
Okay.
can I eat first more?
Yeah, you can eat the first part. And then, but first you need to tell me where all the physical and chemical changes are first.
Physical change is when I break the chocolate and when I break the crackers. But the chemical change is when I
Remember this.
use a fire to
Oh, yeah,
roast
you
the
can be
marshmallow.
careful.
Can I know?
Okay, you can eat right now. Okay, how about you, Amanda? Your marshmallow turned red. It's kind of weird.
Delicious.
Okay. Jordan, how about you?
I tried.
Teacher, it's
Okay,
good.
chemical or physical change?
Chemical.
Yeah, I would use a new one. What'd you say?
Chemical.
Okay. Lulu, how about you? Like her brown stuff. This is example of what? Example of chemical change. Okay, great. All right, let's come back to the next group. Okay.